The Martyred Apostles of God. Drawn by Adam, 1986. James the son of thunder. James was a brother of Jesus, who was impaled by a guard of King Agrippa. The guard immediately repented and got saved, and the king killed the guard for getting saved. Philip the soul winner. Philip taught the Bible to the Ethiopian eunuch. A eunuch is someone who had his balls cut off. That was mean. Philip was crucified just like Jesus. Look at all the blood. Matthew, the gift of God. Matthew was the tax collector. He was slain with the sword for Jesus. I want to die for Jesus too. Thomas, the Savior's servant. Thomas was the disciple who doubted that Jesus rose from the dead. Silly Thomas! The other disciples told him he was alive. Of course he was alive. The Bible said so. That's why he doesn't have a book of the Bible named after him. Thomas later went to India and was killed by an arrow from behind a rock while praying. Lucky Thomas. Peter, the fiery fisherman. Peter's death is my favorite. He didn't feel like he was worthy to die like Jesus did, so he asked to be hung upside down. He is so happy. Andrew, the first to follow. Andrew was hung on an X-shaped cross with just a rope and no nails. After preaching for a few days, they finally took him down. Poor Andrew, he didn't get to die for Jesus. Paul, the missionary martyr. Paul was glad that he was going to die. He knew that when the axe fell, he would receive a great reward in heaven, just like Jesus said. Isaiah died for God by being put into a hollow log and was hacked to bits. He really loved God. Daniel was saved by God from the lion's den because God saw that he was doing right. Daniel didn't know Jesus, so I guess he didn't know how great it was to die for him. But Daniel had fun riding the lions. Stephen was stoned by a crowd. See his spirit going to heaven? Paul is standing there holding the coats of the stoners. He was bad back then and was happy that the stoners were having fun. Normally, when I draw pictures of blood, Mom doesn't like it and says that I shouldn't draw bad things like that. It might make me a mean or sick person. But she says I did a good job because it was about Jesus. Why do Christians get mad about the government passing laws that makes the country more secular? If that happens, then we could get martyred for Jesus too, because of course that's what secularism does.